Hi guys, and welcome to today's video, which is a room tour, a weigh-in video, and it's night time. Don't know what the last bit has to do with anything, maybe the geckos will be more active, but I did actually film this in the day the other day, and I realised you guys don't actually get to see the geckos that much, so I decided to film the entire thing again. So anyway, first we're at Diego's vivarium. And I do like his background, but I can't wait to change these tanks into natural tanks. I definitely prefer them. So this month, Diego has actually gained 4 grams, meaning he is now 98 grams. He's always around like the 90s and sometimes even 100, but he's definitely in beast mode. Don't know if you can see him. He knows we're talking about him. Diego? Nope. No. Nothing. But yes, he is doing extremely well. Then over here we have Gizmo and my Chihuahua tank. Now if we just zoom into Gizmo. Hello Gizmo! I always feel like my tanks look like such a mess, but that's just because I let the geckos sort of decorate it as they like. And you know, they're going to dig about a bit. Yeah, look at you! Now Gizmo actually turned 11 years old the other day. So she is doing fantastic. She actually gained 7 grams this month as well. And when I look back on all my females and their weights from previous years, I always know that their weights go back up in August. And that's kind of why I like weighing them. You have things you can look back on. You can see a similar trend that they'll go through every year. So if you do worry about weight a lot, I would say just for the fun of it, maybe weigh them once a month like I do. And it can be a bit more comforting rather than worrying too much that they have lost some weight, especially if it's just in their nature to do so. So she's doing really well. I think she's going to shed soon. She looks a little bit grey. And then, if we go up here, look who it is. It's the Chihuahua. This Chihuahua, my goodness, it has grown like crazy. So on the 15th of June, I took this picture. So basically Lyra was on one side of the glass and I put the Chihuahua up against her and he is obviously like stuck on the glass. And now, just took this photo and he is like a similar size to Lyra. I didn't even realise, like I thought to myself, oh, he still seems pretty small, but actually he's grown a lot. Now, being a mainland Chihuahua, he isn't going to be as big as they can be. The island ones are definitely bigger, but he actually gained 6 grams in a month, and that means since I got him he has gained 15 grams, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if you've had a little gecko before, you know 15 grams is a lot for them. And yeah, he's doing really well. Absolutely loves his insects, loves his food that he's on. His tank needs some TLC, that's for sure. It's not doing too well, but other than that, he is awesome. So now over to this portion of the room, we have Minnie, and then Zig, and then over here we have Lyra, which we'll get to in a second. So, these two are neighbours, they hang out a lot together. I have thought about moving them in together, but I know that Minnie can get spooked quite easily because of her dodgy eye, so that might not be the best idea. But Minnie, with her weight, unfortunately she's only gained 1 gram this month, and if you've been watching my other weighing videos, you know it's been a very slow, look at either. It's been very slow of her gaining her weight. She does look quite slim to me, but hopefully that will pick up. She'll be 10 next month, if you can believe it. I feel proper old. But yes, she is doing alright. I'm hoping to have like a background very similar to Zig's, so when I'm back here, if we zoom out, it will look like a continuation along. That's what I'm hoping to do. As for Ziggy, I believe she gained about 6 grams this month. As I said, generally in August they tend to gain a lot more, which is awesome. One thing I have found though, which isn't about her weight, you might notice in this corner, the aloe's gone. Literally just had to remove it because it went the same way as the last one. It like swelled up and then just all the gel came out and it stunk. And then when I removed it, I realised she'd actually been going to the toilet behind it. So I think she goes up to this ledge hangs her butt off the side and goes to the loo. So I don't think that's what killed the aloe. I think it might not be enough airflow in the tank, maybe. That might be why. I am still trying to spray down the tank and everything. Ziggy actually shed today and I hadn't sprayed down the tank and I didn't have moss in there. I haven't put moss in there yet. I've never used moss and I don't know, it seemed to be going okay so far. And she shed and not one piece was still left on her, so really happy about that. Now over to Lyra. Lyra is the only gecko that has lost weight. She's only lost 1 gram. It doesn't really make much difference. She could have gone to the loo before I weighed her and she lost 1 gram. She's always in her 40s with her weight. I think she's a nice, healthy looking gecko. As for her tank, I've been doing a little bit of pruning along the bottom of this tank. And actually what I do is I normally chop up the plants. If you see my video where I've done it before, I chop up the plants and I kind of leave them at the back so the cleanup crew can break them down and help with the soil. And whilst I was pruning this again, I actually found a piece of bamboo that I chopped off, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Let me lighten this up. And basically I chopped it off, thrown it to the back of the tank, and it now has its own roots and everything. Let me see if I can get it out. To those of you 3 people interested in this bamboo situation, yeah, it's got its own roots. That's pretty cool for something that you've just chopped off and thrown to the back. And you might recall that there was a tiny little bamboo shoot coming off of the lucky bamboo. I know that's not technically bamboo, but you know what I mean. And that has now grown rather big. So all in all, the plants are doing well. It's just very wild in here. It's not particularly neat or picturesque, but they are doing well. And the last thing I thought I'd show you is the ants. So they actually live on this old vivarium. And the vivarium down here, I actually store stuff in it, like all my pet supplies. There's tons of ant stuff in there. There's also the woodlice that live in there. And the ants actually live on top. We've got the Lasius nigers over here and the harvester ants. The harvester ants did actually something the other day. They took all their seed storage that was filled in these tubes and they put them all in their new nest. And they seem to just take them back whenever they want to feed the brood, which is pretty cool. But they're very active ants. I do actually quite like having these ants. Another thing about these is recently I joined YouNow, and the other night I did a live stream, and it's a live stream from the nest, but we also do a Q&A, a bit of a chit chat about pets and animals and everything like that. I think you can become a fan on there, so if I do go live you'll be notified. So I'll leave the link below, and if you want to go and join up on there, that'll be cool. I'm pretty new to it, so I don't really understand it, but last time we were on there we actually saw an ant come out of the pupa stage into the adult stage before our very eyes. That was pretty cool, and also we had a good chat. So if you want to join me on there, I'll leave the link below. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little video to round the month off. Also, I'd like to say thank you so much. I think we just passed 88,000 subscribers, which I cannot believe. I've been doing this for nearly 5 years now, so it's just, every subscriber means so much to me, and you know, we're just even closer to the 100,000 subscriber goal. That would just be insane. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, and goodbye.